This is my review of Dr. Stone, Chapter 100. Woo! Though I must say, a little disappointing. I mean, Chapter 99 was godly in its brilliance and its beauty and its perfection. This chapter was... it was good. I mean, it was a pretty good chapter, I'm not going to lie, but it didn't really feel like a Chapter 100. Even though it was called The Origin of the 100 Tales. I was expecting for the 100th chapter they do something amazing, something spectacular. I mean, there's only even one, full page spread out. Nothing in color. I'm just a little disappointed. Again, though, it's still a great chapter, and I really enjoyed it. Though the name of the ship, I did miss that in the last chapter. They named it the Perseus, after the Greek hero who slayed the Medusa, who turned people into stone. That's oddly appropriate, I must say. I kind of hate myself for not noticing that. I love Greek mythology. So then the plans are made to decide who goes on the globetrotting team and who stays in the civilization team. And I just love Senku's response. If we take everybody and the ship sinks, then humanity will go extinct. Just... oh, I love how he says that. That's to say, though, if your name is on the list, doesn't mean you have to come. This isn't a slave colony. They are free to, do whatever they want. Of course, Senku and Jen are like, oh, tell us who you need and we'll trick them into coming aboard. But no, Ryu's absolutely against that idea just because if there's someone on the ship who doesn't want to be on the ship, I mean, they'll make life harder for everyone. Worst case scenario, they'll, actually endanger the ship by not giving it their all, by not doing the job they're supposed to do. And it looks like most of the main characters we've seen so far are going to be on the ship. Of course, Senku, Chrome, Kasaki, Yuzuriha, Yukio, Francois, and of course the power team, who's basically everyone with muscles. They don't even bother calling them up. They're just the power team, and everyone knows who they are. Kinro ends up getting a spot, obviously, but so does Jinro, though he doesn't take it, because he's too freaking afraid. Going around the world, that's way too dangerous for him. He literally falls into a puddle and cries. And a few other people agree with him. They say they don't want to do it. It's too dangerous. They don't want to risk their lives going on a boat. They're good with life rebuilding civilization right now. Of course, a very good point is made then about the prisoners. I mean, without the power team, who's left to keep them in check? Well, wouldn't you know, we're bringing them with us! I just love this. It's like a little doghouse they built just to hold those two. I really have to wonder where the bathroom is there. I mean, I can't imagine, once they're more than a day or two out in sea, they'll actually do anything. I mean, really, what's their plan? They break out, they kill Senku. No one else on the ship would actually listen to them. And then even if they do manage to make it back to land, they'll just be by themselves or be in a civilization where everyone hates them and wants them dead and is constantly trying to poison them. So, honestly, I think their best bet is just to go along with whatever Senku asks them to do at this point. It does make me wonder if there's going to come a fight down the road, a battle against the Y-Man and his army or his drones or his robots or whatever he might have available to him. That'd certainly be interesting. And of course, Jen is brought on board. I mean, I'm not really sure how useful he's going to be at convincing and smooth-talking the Y-Man. I mean, anyone who's ever campaigned D&D knows how annoying it can be when the bard convinces the final boss to just throw down his weapons just by talking to him and using his charisma. I mean, that'd certainly be a interesting way to end the series, I think. But we get a very sweet scene from Kohak, who basically says that Jen has pride and dignity and he's just hiding it, just acting the no care in the world showboat when really he is a very honorable man. So then they set sail and Jinro decides, you know what? This is where I'm making my stand. This is where I make a name for myself. And he dives into the water and swims after the boat, knowing full well there is no chance in hell they're ever going to see him or hear him screaming. He's literally just doing this so that all the girls will love him. And they do. I mean, they are literally crying. They're blushing. If he had missed the ship, he would have had 5 wives by the time we get back to land. And honestly, I love that idea. It's so something I would do. I mean, I love this little flash forward he has where he basically has too wise. He's the king. He's ruling over the world while the ship sank right after it left. I mean, his brother's on the freaking ship, but he's literally just kind of hoping the ship never comes back so he can just be king of the world. I mean, he's a terrible human being. But I think Senku may have seen this coming to a certain extent, because he asks him to turn on the radar behind him. Of course, everyone's like, it's the Y Man! He's attacking from behind! But, of course, he's not, because that would be stupid. But they managed to see Jinro swim out to him, catch him, and bring him back to the shore. And everyone's praising him like, oh, I misjudged you. You're a great person. I believed in you. I always knew you were capable of doing this. And he's just crying because this is literally the worst possibility for him. I mean, he's still beloved on the ship, but all the cute girls are back on land. I mean, I'm sure they'll still praise him a little bit when he gets back in like 5 to 10 years. However freaking long they're going to be on this boat. But still, he lost out on a gold mine right there. But then it turns out they're not actually going to confront the Y-Man right away. They're going to the place where the astronauts landed the Soyuz capsule, where the 100 Tales began, because apparently there is a godly item there that will save all of humanity. I have no idea what that might be. Duct tape? I can't imagine there'd be enough to really change things up, but seriously, if they ever get duct tape in Dr. Stone, I will literally scream. I can promise you that. I love duct tape. I have 3 hats made of duct tape. In college, that's how I calmed down when I had a stressful exam or something I was worried about. I would just grab a few rolls of duct tape and start making a hat. No, I'm not kidding. I might wear them for... If we ever get a video where they discover duct tape, I promise you I will wear my duct tape hat. Okay? Anyway, yeah, so I really don't know what might be in this capsule, what it is they're hoping to find. I mean, it's been 1,000 years. Anything electronic would have corroded away. Gyroscope? I doubt it. I mean, as things are, the capsule is barely even together. Seeds? They might have had seeds with them or something. I mean, this is something Senku knows is in the capsule. And something that apparently will save all of humanity. Just not sure what that might be. I mean, okay, here's a thought. I mean, it's just a random theory, but they weren't affected by the petrification. I mean, they were in space, obviously, but I mean, they were still close enough to see the light, so it might be possible that they were shielded by, like, the thick lead lining of the space capsule, and they're hoping that if another blast of light hits, then maybe this capsule will be able to shield them from it again. I mean, that's a crazy theory. I mean, if that was the case, there would be other people who were alive who were, in bunkers or vaults or something. I mean, there are people whose job it is to work in underground bunkers or whatever. They're covered in 3+ inches of steel to survive nuclear bombs. That's not a lot, but it'd be enough to make a new civilization, I think. One that would have thrived to the point of being noticeable after a couple thousand years, but yeah. I really just don't know what it is they might be after. I mean, what could still be in there that hasn't decayed or rotten over all this time? I mean, is it just the capsule itself? I mean, it's made of platinum, or I honestly have no idea what a Soyuz capsule is made out of. I'm assuming it's something very resilient and durable. There's also lining of it, which is heat resistant to avoid, burning up on re-entry. There's a lot of different possibilities here. I'm just not sure which one they're going for. Alright, and that was my review of Dr. Stone, Chapter 100. Sorry about that little rant in the beginning, but, I mean, it's the 100th chapter. You expect something. I honestly wish they'd just they'd done something different for 99 and made that one the 100th chapter, because it was beyond all reasoning the absolute best chapter we've gotten ever. It was so well done, showed so much progress in such a great way, so adorable. The kids are going to school now. I'm hoping they left behind someone from the present day who was a teacher or something enough that they could continue teaching them. I'd love it if by the time they get back, the kids have grown smart and they were able to do stuff on their own. Oh, that's right, they left behind the watermelon girl. Oh, I liked her. Sad. I mean, by the time they get back, she's probably going to be all grown up. Alright, yeah, so anyway, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. And until next week.
Peace.